Yeah, I'd love to talk about self-managed super funds today. I get a lot of questions about them all the time. SMSF, can I invest in real estate? Can I do a property development with my SMSF? Let's start with property investing in general. Can I use my SMSF for property investing?
All right, Neil, look, before I start with that, I must give a general disclaimer that what we are talking about is in very general terms. We're not covering anyone's personal circumstances, and I'll highly encourage people to take an advice from a qualified SMSF advisor or an accountant or a financial planner onto their own circumstances.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to having SMSF in property, yes, you can. But again, it depends, because you must see what sort of property and what sort of property profile it is, because SMSF is essentially a trust. So if you have a negatively geared property into an SMSF, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, we were talking about before about negatively geared properties. I mean, to me, they don't make sense at all, because you're trying to make a loss,
Correct.
to save a tax. But if you have that property in a trust or in an SMSF or in a company structure, you won't even have a tax savings, because the losses have to be quarantined in that structure. So the property must be positively geared property. So a positively geared property, it makes sense. But then there are a whole lot of other things that you need to look at around that, including what is your age, what age you will be able to start getting pension from your SMSF. Take into account what sort of the balance you have in SMSF, and about financing. Getting a finance in SMSF also has its downside. It's not that easy. Not many banks do it. It's doable. It's possible. But you might not be falling within that qualifying criteria for that. So that obviously needs to be taken into account, definitely. So that's why it's very important that take the advice. But for a lot of people who would fall in that sweet spot, might just make a very good sense.